Today, before we begin the show, we want to honor the life of Hind Rajab. It has been 2 years since she was tragically murdered by the Israeli army. She was 5 years old. Um, they also marked her death by ensuring that the second wave of the ceasefire will not include any cessation of firing as they bombed again the Gaza area, killing two, injuring dozens more. We are always hearts and minds in Palestine.
People are aroused. I haven't seen people so aroused in a very, very long time.
Welcome to the What's Left podcast on the Derealization Nation Media Network.
I can't afford Mountain Dew! Okay? The economy's rough right now! Obama!
Miners, I love miners.
And now, your hosts.
Yes. Welcome, everyone. What's Left podcast. John, Jake, and Brad on the Derealization Nation Media Network. We have a lot to get to, but before we get started, we have breaking news out of Minneapolis. I know this is something that everybody was worried about, but we can confirm that the truck that was hopelessly attacked by Alex Preddy days before his execution is fine. The truck is fucking fine. Nothing happened to the goddamn rental truck. It doesn't change anything except that the man was angry because the United States government had murdered Renee Good and Keith Porter days before that. Literally changes absolutely nothing. This is the only time we will be spending on this fucking bullshit. And then we're going to move on to things that actually matter. But let's just get this shit out of the way. Quickly, guys, go ahead.
Yeah, if anything, like you said earlier, this just makes it look like premeditated murder because the video shows that he had that same concealed weapon on him in the same exact outfit he was wearing. He didn't get murdered in the streets for it, and he was doing a lot more then by kicking a light than what he was doing by holding a camera. And they didn't murder him in the street for it, so it looks like it's retaliation at this point. They found out who it was, they retaliated. Simple as that.
Yep, Jake.
So I've stumbled across some other news reporters from other countries reporting on this, and they clearly zoomed in when the ICE officers took Alex's gun from him, and then the two other officers brandished their own guns after the gun was taken and shot him. And even before then, he never reached for his gun. He was just trying to help the guy with the orange backpack back up. He was sprayed and all this stuff, but they're reporting in a whole different light in a way that's not targeting him as an evil person.
Yeah,
it's like the facts is what it really is. It's just them reporting the news how it's supposed to be reported.
Right.
Like investigative.
As though it matters what kind of a person
right.
This was. Whether it matters whether or not someone gets fired is worthy of execution by the state. Absolutely fucking ridiculous. So the big compromise, the productive phone call with Tim Walz and Donald Trump produced an elimination, a flip flop of fucking one cartoon villain for another. Bavino leaves town in his fucking clown car, and this fat fuck rolls in to do this.
The hostile rhetoric and dangerous threats and hate must stop. And we all agreed to that. All everybody met here today, we got to stop the rhetoric, the hateful rhetoric that has caused an increase in assaults. That has caused, because of that, having to send security teams out with arrest teams, which surge the city with additional resources because of the rhetoric, because of the threats, because of the assaults. Again, with the agreements we've achieved in following through the agreements, with the rhetoric dropping down, that allows us to pull more agents out once we feel the environment safer.
Victim blaming, which, by the way, if you can't tell what the fuck he's saying, you're not alone. Here's the fucking key piece right here.
I begged for the last 2 months on TV for the rhetoric to stop. I said in March if the rhetoric didn't stop, there was going to be bloodshed. And there has been.
I told you guys, if you don't stop making fun of me, I'm going to kill you. And y'all didn't stop making fun of me, so I had to kill you.
That's crazy. The bloodshed is American citizens. The bloodshed is not ICE officers. ICE officers aren't being killed by civilians.
Stunningly, stunningly.
Like, what are they saying to it? I don't get. I get it. I get it.
Hmm.
It's just crazy that everybody out, like other people, don't.
Yeah, yeah. It's wild. Just I don't know. Gaslighting even cover it, Jake? It's just a fucking straight lie.
It's just straight up lies, man. There's no way. The violence is caused by ICE. The killings are caused by ICE. Everything that is happening is caused by ICE. Peaceful protest is not what is causing the violence and all this rhetoric.
Brad, if the Fox News Chiron is correct and ICE violence against ICE is up by 6 million%, do you know what 6 million times zero is? It's it's still
Still
zero.
zero. Still
Yeah.
zero.
Thank you.
It
Yeah.
it's crazy. Like, Tom, do you know how you can keep these cosplayers safe? Just get them out.
Yeah.
If they leave, then they're safe. Do you see what I'm saying? It's
Great.
simple.
Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. ICE's job is to take people who are in prison, because that's how this works. If you are a criminal and you are convicted of a crime, you are put into prison to serve a sentence. If you are of illegal status, you are given what is called a detainer. And ICE, their job is to come to prisons and serve those detainers and deport those people. That's their job. It is not to rove your fucking neighborhood looking for people who have been released whose status is not in question. That is why they're having such a hard time finding people who are of illegal status wandering the streets, because people who commit crimes plus illegal status are given detainers while in prison and deported before they ever leave. That's how it goes 99.9% of the time, and it goes pretty fucking smoothly because nobody's armed, nobody has to be fucking beaten, nobody has to be nothing serious has to happen. Okay, so this whole idea that this is necessary, first of all, is complete and utter bullshit. And none of this stuff is way outside of what their job entails, right? So accountability would be them not doing this at all.
They can never reference another time in our history when we've had a masked police force roaming the streets, but will then bring up how Obama had deported more people. That's their argument every time. No masked police force in the streets when Obama did it, but Trump needs a masked police force in the streets to not do as well as Obama did. I'm confused.
It's crazy
It's
because
astonishing.
nobody's trying to come here right now. Most of the time, deportations are done at the border by CPD, who is now also somehow inside of cities instead of at the border where they goddamn fucking belong. But nobody's coming here because there is no longer economic opportunity for them. There is no longer a fucking peaceful, happy life ahead of them. They're not coming here because they don't want to. It's not because like some fucking magic wand. It's because it's a hostile environment for them. They're not going to leave one hostile environment for another hostile environment. To top it off, I mean, the economy is completely crashing. But that's even besides the point. Like these people they're not going to put their lives in danger to come over here on a work visa. You know, nobody's going to come to fucking school here if you insist on teaching white supremacist history. Like the world knows better. You know, like they're not going to send their kids here to learn some fucking that science is wrong, that the Earth is 6,000 years old, and that Leviathans cause climate change. Nobody's nobody's sending their kid here for that. Um, Probably the worst thing that is happening because of this. Now, it's all about, distract from the Epstein files, but it's not just like it is about obfuscating the Epstein files. And I think, and I see a lot of people coming to this conclusion online as well. It's not because um, they're covering up something that happened in the past. They're covering up something that continues to exist. This network continues to exist. There is still problems with human trafficking all over the world, obviously, but right here in the United States, and people are pretty sure, and myself included, that our president is just as implicated now as he was then. he is a is part of a high level drug trafficking corporation. So you can look at just his record, right? Again, all circumstantial evidence and opinion. But as soon as they got into office, they redirected all of the resources that were at the FBI, CIA to discover and break these things out and find actual criminal pedophiles and sex trafficking rings, and they redirected them to immigration. So those offices no longer exist. And reestablishing like the damage that's done there is the same damage that's done at any institution. You have a bunch of experts and expertise that is gone forever. You have offices and files and stuff that just set back decades now because of this. So not only are they not able to pursue new crimes, any old investigations they may have had, any possible RICO, all that shit is gone. It is open season for human trafficking, for child trafficking. It's open season on these kids. And DHS is losing them. There was a hearing in front of Congress where this man made this testimony under oath, by the way.
Among the most vulnerable populations DHS encounters are unaccompanied alien children, referred to as UACs. A UAC is a person as to when they entered the country and were encountered by DHS. They have no lawful immigration status in the United States. They have not attained 18 years of age and has no parent or legal guardian in the country available to provide care and physical custody. Each year, thousands of UACs have entered the United States and are placed into federal custody. Federal government has a responsibility not just for enforcing immigration laws, but for ensuring the safety and welfare of these at-risk children. While ICE's immigration enforcement priorities typically weigh the risk an alien poses to the public, but with UACs, the agency must also ensure a vulnerable child does not become the victim of trafficking or otherwise exploitation. Our audit revealed significant gaps in how ICE monitors and manages the cases of UACs once they're released from federal custody. The lack of reliable location data, persistent delays in issuing notices to appear, and limited interagency cooperation has led to potentially tens of thousands of children effectively disappearing.
Hear that number?
And limited interagency cooperation has led to potentially tens of thousands of children effectively disappearing from DHS's oversight. This is not simply an administrative or paperwork shortcoming. It's a systemic breakdown that carries real risk to the children themselves, to the integrity of the immigration system, and to the public trust in our immigration system and law enforcement institutions. In 2023, my office initiated this audit after two key events. The first was a change in a 2021 Memorandum of Agreement between DHS and the Department of Health and Human Services. Specifically, the parties removed the requirement for HHS Office of Refugee Resettlement to provide ICE with biographic and biometric information and all potential sponsors and adult members of that household, which were then used for vetting. The second was significant media reporting involving UACs, which were potentially in dangerous conditions following their placement into a sponsor's care by HHS. Early into the audit, it became clear that the uncertainty surrounding the whereabouts of such a large number of UACs warranted a management alert to flag this matter for the Department of Homeland Security as well as Congress, and we issued that in August 2024. In our final report, which was published in March of this year, my team found that between fiscal years 2019 and 23, ICE did not effectively monitor the location and status of all UACs once released or transferred to HHS custody. In that time, ICE transferred more than 448,000 UACs to HHS, most of whom were released to sponsors. Of that population, ICE did not issue more than 233,000 notices to appear to the UACs to generate.
So, as you'll notice, those years are not the Trump years, right? This is an audit that began before Trump, right? But the problem, the system is set up, given to somebody like this, is now basically a freewheeling child sex trafficking superhighway. And we know we have the right person in charge to make that happen. And we've seen it already with ICE agents getting arrested for child sex related crimes. They've been deporting the 5-year old girl to Honduras, 2-year old girl from Minnesota. They put on a plane to Texas despite a court order, over and over again. This version of ICE is losing more and more kids and showing less and less concern about separating them from families or keeping them with people who they love. This is super concerning because you have legitimate accusations coming from uh, different sources um, over and over again saying that Trump never stopped being part of this ring. So I'll take a breath. You guys go ahead.
It it's sickening how much they dehumanize these kids, these children, just by simply just in their speech using the term UAC. Every time when you listen to that speech, if you want to go back to our listeners, if you're listening to this, you want to listen to that, go back again. Every time he says UAC, think of the word child or children, because UAC is just a way to dehumanize them more so that people don't care about this statistic. They just flat out said they lost 250,000 kids. They just gave 480,000 kids out and only asked for 230,000 of them to appear for anything. That's what they just told us. We
Mhm.
lost 250,000 kids.
And they will not stop funding this. They will not stop funding
No,
this.
the fucking Democrats obviously are already like, yep, we'll give you 2 weeks. Couldn't give you 2 weeks for SNAP benefits, but we can give you 2 weeks for fucking ICE funding.
Yep. And a lot of it has to do with just the fact that they are so closely tied with the surveillance and monitoring and different like Palantir and stuff that pay for their campaigns, and they want this stuff. Like the reason the body cams are up there, body cams have been proven categorically to not increase police safety one iota. So why are they all insistent on police cameras? Because the tech companies that provide them with funding, Booker, Schumer, Jeffries, all of them, they like the cameras. They like the surveillance. They want the data. That's why. It has nothing to do with public safety whatsoever. And that will probably be the only piece that survives as they continue to negotiate against themselves. Um, Absolutely wild. Jake, so this from Sasha Barros posted this. And just to like reiterate how reliable a I don't know witness they could be. This is the list that they give. The following will corroborate all parts of my recent post. Donald's medical records, which we have never seen Donald's actual medical records ever, which is weird for a president. And it screams to me too. Just think about how desperate they are to lie about the president's health. You know, it's not just that they lie, but they completely obfuscate and they completely just don't allow people, real doctors or real people around them. They did that whole article where they basically like brought the reporter in to tell them what a healthy superhuman person Donald Trump is. They they don't want those records getting out. Of course, Sasha's medical records, CPS involvement in 3 different states, a lady at the shoe store, Race Lawson, the neighbor, has been confirmed. Polygraph is not. Is willing to take a polygraph. He has multiple pieces of corroborating evidence for all of the CPS cases. Police investigations in Tennessee, Texas, Alabama, and Florida. Most of those have been corroborated about his father. Um, Witnesses after my dad tried to facilitate accidents to kill me. Um, Neighbors from the duplex in Enterprise, Alabama have not been hunted down. School records, pornography. Nobody's obviously tracked down the child porn, I hope, but it obviously could be. Even there's even people who've stepped forward who served with him who back up the story, and a news story from the time that backs up the story about the two soldiers being busted with child pornography. It's also a speeding ticket that his dad got after Sammy was shot. And that's just the list he gave to beginning, you know. And of course, all of this stuff, there was an FBI investigation into the pornography. All this stuff exists inside the Epstein files, which will not be released as long as this fucking person is president.
They're never coming out.
It's unbelievable how we have to go about finding this shit out, but it's encouraging that we are. You know, so many people working on this stuff. And part two is dropping very soon, and we are keeping an eye on it. And in the process of keeping an eye on it, I've also discovered a couple of others. I'm going to start here with Amanda Schroeder, who's also a survivor. And she's one of the people that led me down this rabbit hole. Said that they're still operating. They're hiding the fact they're still operating. She said, I began trying to escape in 2018, but wasn't successful until 2022, but I was physically separated from my children in the process. My son disappeared in 2023, the day they issued a protection order on our behalf against the man who took him. I have asked for help in multiple states, at the local, state, and federal level for protection and to offer to help, but generally ending up in more danger than before the call in the first place. Uh, Always with the threats, always with the death threats. She also was an attendee at the Team Miss USA pageant, uh, and has her proof right there. Um, and yeah, of course, we know what Trump said about the pageant being able to inspect them. Um, she also claims to be been at the after party, so you have another witness there. This is why, guys, I think that they are trying so hard to create every distraction available. It's not that they fear, it's the reason that they broke into the office in Georgia and stole the ballots, which we're going to talk about here in a minute. But like they are not terrified of an impeachment. They are terrified of the investigations that might come. They're terrified of that. When interested parties can call, subpoena people like Amanda Schroeder and Sascha Barrows to Congress to testify in public to the things that they've seen and said, that's going to be the end for a lot of people. She also posted this, which I just think is great because here is someone who survives so much, but is also still manages to find empathy for other people in these times. But breaking up the myth, which is something we've talked up before, but white men make up 29% of the U.S. population, but commit almost 60% of all violent crime, 60% of sex crimes, and 71% of child sex crimes. So the idea that they're sending these ICE agents after sex criminals is fucking telling. They're lying. They're absolutely lying about all of that. They're also charged and prosecuted at much lower rate than minority ethnicity groups. And she says, I'm going to hold everyone's hand while I say this. Immigrants are not the most common perpetrator, but there are tragic incidents like Lincoln Riley and any victims of Elon Musk. Sincerely, a survivor of a violent crime. So, go ahead.
It I every day I'm just baffled and like disgusted with our country. Like I don't know how else to like how are we letting these people in power continue doing this? How has money corrupted like the American spirit so much that people are just willing to let these billionaires get away with this shit?
I think just the fact that it was built on so much evil, unacknowledged evil, is what allows it. I really do. Like that's the conclusion that I've come to, is that this country was built on unmitigated evil. Like just of all the genocides and imperialism that happened in the West, like the genocide of the Native American combined with chattel slavery is one of the worst stories in human existence. And there are obviously some rough ones, but I think that's probably what it is for me. Jake, your reaction?
I mean, I'm not believing the victims, I've said it so many times. It takes no more effort to look into these cases and actually figure them out. I'm still confused why the Epstein files aren't released with the amount of shit that it's tied to, without all this stuff. It's obviously a cover up for him, and they will not be released anytime soon.
That's it's a cover up for him.
For him.
So much of this rhetoric is like, oh, he's covering up for pedophiles. He's
Yeah.
covering up for his fucking self.
He has never cared about anybody else. He only cares about himself.
Absolutely. 110,000%. He's desperate to protect that legacy. He, I mean, to prove it. Okay, let's talk about this one real quick. So, like minutes ago, Trump decided that he's going to sue the American people for 10 billion with a B dollars. He's suing the IRS and the Treasury for $10 billion because somebody leaked his tax records decades ago, whatever that was. Was it how long ago was that? I don't even remember. Doesn't I guess it doesn't actually matter, but
I don't know, but you need to have a little bit of respect. He's donating his salary.
Yeah, calm down.
Like, let's take it easy on the guy.
yeah, right.
10 billion fucking dollars. I thought it was crazy that he's doubled his net worth since he's been in office, and now he's trying to double it again.
Listen, we talk about this a
What could I
lot.
say?
Remember, we were talking about this the other day. Like, he throws it out there like it's a joke, right? And remember, he was like,
Mhm.
he had the one lawsuit from before, and he's like, it's kind of weird that I get to settle this one, And he kind of like looked around, you know. And of course, he's always surrounded by sycophants, so everybody's just smiling and nodding, smiling and nodding. And now here we are, fucking $10 billion later, and the man is at the fucking receiving end of another. Maybe he's not directly, again, like the DOJ, but I don't know if you guys have met Scott Bessent, but he's not exactly gonna put up a fight.
No, they're gonna give it to him. He was gonna sue us for $230 million, and then he thought to himself, he's like, dude, I can get way more than 230 million, dude. They didn't even bat an eye when I told him I was suing him for 230 million. My followers ate that up. He deserves it.
He deserves it.
And now he's like, I'm gonna get him for $10 billion.
$10 billion. He is definitely gonna start a war with Iran. Like that is fucking 100% on the table. They've moved all these ships into the area. They are basically it is all ships go. Betty from Philly wants it real bad. Like it's happening. It's happening. And I mean, on top of all this, so he's got the this one, that one, all of these fucking distractions going on at the same time, and yet uh we still have to stay focused, and that's what we're gonna try to do. Like we're gonna try not to let these stories die. Like we're not gonna let the Sasha thing just go, right? So many for so long it's been happening where people were like just letting this shit go, and it's just not gonna happen. Justice Department did charge the man who attacked Ilhan Omar, so that's cool. But what's not cool is this Georgia election thing. Now, the FBI raided Fulton County's voting offices today, stole their ballots, no chain of custody. Nobody has any idea what happened to these things. The entire integrity of everything, no matter what they say now, uh, is completely fucking blown. And nothing, and I do mean nothing, has been more adjudicated than the results in Georgia. But here is the president of the United States. This was him on an all night bender of just sending tweets and shit. And this was his justification for the 2020 election. He retweets something called the Skiff, which is just some fucking bullshit right wing influencer. Maria Zack testified about the stolen 2020 election operation connected to Obama when he diverted 400 million from the infamous pallets of cash sent to Iran, funneling through the Dubai embassy to operatives in Italy and Merrill Lynch in Geneva, Switzerland. In return, Italian officials at Leonardo Spa used military satellites to help hack U.S. voting machines, flipping votes from Trump to Biden using CIA-developed tools like Hammer and Scorecard, along with numerous other methods of fraud and manipulation. China reportedly coordinated the whole operation, providing the tech backbone and bribes to corrupt Americans. The CIA oversaw it, the FBI covered it up, all to install Biden as a puppet. This is the global election fraud cartel and the real threat against American democracy and the rest of the world. Now, if you're saying to yourself, what the fuck was that? You've had the correct reaction. That's such a,
Unfortunately, it's on the echo chamber, bro.
yeah.
This is what they're going to be telling us: the Saudis and the Chinese and the Italian operatives, and oh my gosh, I'm going to be overwhelmed.
The infamous pallets of cash. Infamous? Don't things have to be like.
They still think we put an ATM machine in the middle of Ukraine, and Zelensky just taps it when he needs it.
Yep.
That's what they think, bro.
They believe Somali fraud AI videos online, like that are clearly just made up.
They believe Donald Trump. They made an attempt on Donald Trump's life.
They believe that. Yes, they believe that. And I mean, that's not even a joke anymore. Like, it is so fucking obvious to me. And like the argument that would Trump, real people died. Yeah, I believe he absolutely 100% would sacrifice somebody else. There's no doubt about it. Yeah, I believe Sasha Barros. I believe this man has killed multiple children. Like, I don't believe that he has any qualms about anything. I believe his literal body count is probably egregious. His personal body count, not even including what he's done with just with USAID, canceling that. I mean, just among the canceling child cancer research, COVID pandemic. I mean, the responsibility for human life on him is unparalleled.
Yeah, you think one person? You think he cares about one person? He would do it himself if he knew it would win him the election.
Yeah, if you knew how to use a gun. He doesn't do poor people things. So final thing is I want to talk just briefly. So on top of all the other corruption, Marco Rubio was in there to talk about the Venezuela thing. And so the money for the sanctioned oil that we have stolen from Venezuela is going to a Qatari bank account because of the sanctions. And because it belongs to creditors. And we have to make sure that it doesn't go to the people. Not only are we making sure that it doesn't go to Venezuela, but we're also making sure the people to whom it rightfully belongs, because Venezuela is deeply in debt and pays their debts in oil, which is why they're poor all the time. It's not going to go there either. It's literally like he was unable to explain it. But the way that all of the senators on both sides of the aisle were just like, yeah, well, I mean, maybe I could see that. Like this mindset that the United States is just entitled to things, to everything, it's mind blowing. The imperialistic mindset is not, it's universal. It's so built into our system. It's fucking crazy. I just had to say that because it's been on my fucking mind all day. All right.
The imperialistic mindset is ingrained in us.
Yes, 100%. We're going to take a break. We don't do ad reads, but what I will do is I will promote tomorrow's They're calling it a national strike, but it's no national strike without the participation of the major unions, who are just giant fucking pussies who will not call for an actual national strike. But it is a strike that you can do on your own. At very least, if you can't skip work, which a lot of people can't because they're fucking poor and do not have union protection, uh, it's okay. You can also just not participate by not buying anything. Whatever you can do, or call Chuck Schumer's office and yell at him. That's also, you can do that any day of the week. It is free. It's 202-224-6524. That's 202-224-6524. Call Chuck Schumer anytime. We'll be back.
Welcome back to the What's Left podcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe, but do not like and subscribe anything that Nicki Minaj posts because we have lost a soldier, a warrior for the community at large. Her presence today, or whenever it was, with President Donald Trump was one of the most cringy, disgusting, back-ended, backstabbing, irrational, self-absorbed bullshit that I've heard in my entire life. This woman who used to say that she was for the gays, that she used to say that she was against all the things that he did because she was a 5-year-old immigrant that came to this country and she felt scared the first time that Trump was in office because all the shit he was doing. And then she backtracks like a motherfucker. And then you try to tell me that she has this chess gameplay played out so that she can be, this is all part of the plan. I don't give a shit. Now's not the time to play shit because your husband is a piece of shit. This is all terrible. Do not support her. Ignore, ignore.
If you're a size 2, could you fit into a
So other than that, though, just a big fan. Here's the video.
Hello. Uh, well, I don't know what to say, but I will say that I am probably the president's #1 fan. And that's not going to change. And the hate or what people have to say, it does not affect me at all. It actually motivates me to support him more. And it's gonna motivate all of us to support him more. We're not going to let them get away with bullying him and, you know, the smear campaigns. It's not going to work, okay? He has a lot of force behind him, and God is protecting him. Amen.
Fucking weird.
That was so strange. You're talking about someone who like never has a shortage of words. Just so awkward. Like Christianity, like you're not. It doesn't fit you well. You're not comfortable here. You're not comfortable here. Oh my God. Well, there's your fucking bribe.
There it is.
Trump gold card. Undocumented no longer. Well, that's fucking great.
Terrible. Terrible. Terrible.
Go ahead, Brad.
Donald Trump's like, look at my black friend. How could I be racist?
Yep, they love that. Dude, it was already bad enough. There's that one picture of him in the '80s, surrounded by like 3 black men that they point to all the time. Like, look, he's not racist, but he is surrounded by Jeffrey Epstein in 3 billion pictures, and they're still like, nah, though they didn't. He didn't even like him. He didn't even like him. Hated him. Hated him.
Yeah, that's it. Oh.
Yeah, the permission structure this gives, there's already like Republican senators popping on to say, oh, see, he's not racist because Nicki Minaj likes him. Because that's what every Republican senator sounds like, by the way, in case you didn't know.
Yeah, Nikki's husband is a sexual predator, convicted. That's not my opinion. That is a statement of fact. Her husband's a sexual fucking predator. And I think her brother is too. I don't know.
Yeah,
think.
I believe it is. I don't know if he's one of them is a pedophile, one of them is a rapist. Both are rapists. One is a rapist pedophile.
Yeah. Birds of a feather or whatever the saying is. I can't remember exactly how it goes, but surprise, surprise, Nikki affiliates with pedophiles. That's what the headline should be. And then it should just be her fucking husband and Trump taking pictures together.
Yep. All right, what else we got here in the world of
Love to shout out Terraria and Tamagotchi Life. They have both made it very inclusive with their gender roles. Terraria getting rid of their gender things, which just caused a huge uprising with the right winger. Because how dare they make their 2D pixelated character not have a gender? That is crazy.
Wow.
That is insane, I know. And then Tamagotchi Life, which is also a Nintendo game, has given the option of non-binary and things, which is just like a life where you can create people and like make them have lives and stuff. So like adding that kind of feature into like a normal like natural life living kind of game is huge. So shout out to both those games.
Magus heads are melting.
Melting. Yep.
It's crazy. Like outside of Mario having a mustache, I've never like even contemplated like people's gender of video games. This is
Right.
crazy.
RPG.
Like, what the fuck are they talking about? They would get worked up.
Yeah. It's a
This is what
2D
I mean,
character.
bro. They
Pixelated.
would never know. They would never know. This is why I was saying there's no left wing media because the only reason they know about this is because a media source told them to be terrified.
Yep. 100%.
They
Yeah,
had
it's
to look up non-binary. What's a binary? How can I be pro-binary?
Oh man. Well, if you're non-binary, then I'm the most binary there is.
I think that's in Leviticus.
Yeah. That's
Terrible.
numbers, book of numbers. Uh yeah. So that's fucking fun. We also have leaked audio, Candace Owens going after Erica Kirk still as this goes on. Uh here's uh here's how you appropriately um mourn your husband.
There you go.
Oh, look at all the thumbs up. Look how cute that is. Sorry, this is a little bit more informal than probably Charlie would be reacting. How sweet. I didn't know they could do that. I hate Zoom. I never liked Zoom. Sorry, you guys. I just wanted to say first and foremost, my heart obviously is broken for you guys as much as it is for our family. You guys lost
Not as obvious as she might think. I I don't know what she thought was giving it away.
not only a boss, but someone that you looked up to, someone that you believed in his mission, that you also that you loved listening to his show. You loved hearing his wisdom on things. I'm sure some of you have also had very personal moments of where you sat down and.
So that's the beginning, just so you have that in its full context. Now, like I said, this is something. It's definitely something. It feels to me a bit like the psychological phenomenon known as trauma bonding, right? They had just suffered a very real trauma. That's not a trauma that most people go through in their entire lives. You sign up for a company. Charlie Kirk is the leader of that company. You sign up, majority of these people, to work for this organization because they believe in Charlie Kirk. They believe in what he is doing on college campuses. And then you watch him get live assassinated. And now management is going to try to establish your loyalty using all sorts of tactics, but essentially what they're creating here is an emotional dependence, right? We are a family. We have lived through this. This is a family. And that very well may not have been Erica's intent. But hearing her sound like she's about to cry when she discusses specifically them keeping their jobs, not Charlie, but Charlie having been assassinated in front of the world, but the prospect of their employment, we do not have to imagine if she meant that sincerely, because she didn't. She did not mean that sincerely. After working them all like horses, wrapping them in this way, she's going to fire a boatload of them without cause or even conversation. That's actually traumatic.
Real quick, didn't know I'd ever see the day we'd be playing Candace Owens clips on the podcast, but here we fucking are.
Yeah,
Here we
yeah,
fucking are.
yeah. It's weird times, my friend. Weird times. Yeah. Listen, Candace Owens is a fucking grifter and a liar. Uh, hateful asshole, piece of shit. So is Erica. Um, Erica goes on in that phone call to brag about how much money they made off the fucking tour, which is just vile. but it is true. I just thought that trauma piece was so important because like this is literally like they're doing this to all of these poor people that are just swapped up in this fucking TPUSA thing. This is people that get whipped into a frenzy to go attack the Capitol because they think the fucking election was stolen. Like they're seriously taking advantage of these fucking idiots. And let me tell you right now, um, that if you are uh, a fan of Charlie's or Candace's or Erica's, I didn't mean to say that you're an idiot because no, I did mean to say that you are a fucking idiot. You're a fucking idiot. Like you have to let this shit go. It's like falling for this is one thing, but like to continue to fall for this when they're clearly fucking playing in your faces like this is just unforgivable. Like at this point, like if you are still falling for all of this shit, especially after watching like the executions of American citizens on live television, like I have nothing for you.
And then arguing in favor of said executions.
Yeah. I just like look at those two people, Eric Kirk and Candace Owens. If those people have any influence on your decision making in life, make better fucking decisions. Make better decisions. Not difficult. All right. What else we got in the news of MAGA? Oh, here's something. This one, I actually haven't watched this one yet. I just saw the tagline.
You're past your prime and your thought process. You can't dictate your fucking narrative. Oh, right. I'm not? How about I pull my Wyoming fucking license ID out and show you what American is? Fuck you. Hit me. Oh! Dropped him.
It's tidy too. That's great. All right.
Yeah, well,
All right. Probably saying goodbye to TikTok, but let's do it in style. Let's check out some of TikToks from the week. I don't know. We'll have to got some hard decisions to make. But let's start with one of my favorites from this was one of Jake's, but I'm just rehashing it. Oh, maybe
Yes.
not. Maybe not.
I think I know which one it is.
I I know you know which one it is.
please let it be what I think it is.
Well, it ain't working, so maybe it ain't that.
No,
You know what the fuck it is, though.
a
Damn.
1,000,000% tariffs on the sun, dude.
1,000,000% tariffs on the sun. That's sad.
I love you to the summer and back. It's not the winter, but you frozen my heart and got me warping.
Oh, that Western wall pose. I wonder if they got Washington, like, before they even established Israel, they just had, like, presidents over there touching the Western Wall.
That's the only political one I'll put on TikTok Thursdays.
It does do that sometimes, though. Feel like you're dying.
Stop. There's so many good ones that sound. That is a great ass sound.
All right. Here's one.
You see what they're doing with woke now?
With woke?
You see what they're doing with woke now?
Doesn't make any sense.
What do you mean?
It's an adjective.
What's an adjective?
To be woke. It's like saying, you've seen what they're doing with big now?
They're saying if you don't go woke, then you cannot have a job. If you don't go woke, then you'll go broke, is what they're saying.
Who's saying this?
They're saying it. It's out there.
Who's
you can look it up.
I'm not going to look it up. Who?
My buddy Bill at work, he said his neighbor didn't go woke, lost his job immediately, and it's happened everywhere.
Yeah, but are you woke?
Absolutely not.
And you're talking to your friend Bill at work.
Yes.
So,
And he said, if you don't go woke, then you'll lose your job.
Did you? Yeah, but you just said, okay, follow my logic. You did not go woke, and yet you
Never
still
will.
And you're still working a job.
Yes, sir.
And nothing has changed at all in your life.
What are you, liberal?
Too many of those conversations. Not anymore. Not anymore. I won't have them. I will immediately tell that person to go fuck themselves.
You just need to lock in and enter that flow state, and you'll be fine.
Oh my god.
You know, it's always sad when someone dies, but I don't know. He was just in the temples flipping those tables. Not only that, Susan said she saw him out with prostitutes. I know, it's sad. He just kept saying he was the son of God, and that's just blasphemous. I mean, I have never. And you know, he should have just complied. When those Romans came to get him, he should have just complied. Oh, he did? Oh. He didn't fight them at all. Well, I know, but he also turned water into wine. I mean, what is that witchcraft? I just think if he had just sat there and been quiet and just been peaceful, everything would have been fine. It would have been fine.
Oh, Christians.
That's so true. Like, just completely and totally true.
Love a cigarette after a drink. That's so good.
I was so happy I don't smoke anymore, though, especially when it's about to be negative 10 degrees outside.
True.
This is what I do. How many? There's only 4 of you? Better go get some help.
Okay.
Truth. Yeah, Brad. That's a lot of drinking videos. But
That's right. For someone who doesn't drink at all, I get so many videos about drinking.
Oh, it's a Ring doorbell camera. Good, you fucking deserve that. How dare you order a single fucking cake from DoorDash in an ice storm, you piece of shit.
That thing went flying. This is
Oh my god. Somebody ordered a single piece of chicken from a restaurant during the snowstorm this weekend.
Dicks.
That's unbelievable. What the fuck? Hold on a second. Oh my god.
The people of Walmart. People of Walmart is a website, and it was instant classics for me when I was younger.
Yeah.
That was pretty funny. That was a good one.
Oh my god, that's so nasty.
A little too many ass cracks for me, but
all right, we got it working. We're gonna end with this one, a classic.
Listen up, you MAGA freaks. When I become president, I'm going to make it mandatory for everyone who voted for Trump to have to run the mile under 20 minutes in order to keep their citizenship. And the 4 of you who will pass, I'll deport you anyway, because it's not like you can read your rights. And then I'm gonna establish the Department of Get Lit. I'm gonna take all the insulin away from your definitely deported grandma and inject it in your kids. I'm building a child army, and it's a lot easier to teach them Sabrina Carpenter Krav Maga when they're having seizures. And then when I announce a 1,000,000% tariff on the sun, you're gonna wish you listened to Geordie LaForge read all of those gay books in outer space, being a better father figure than your own dad. Cause something omelets, something break over breast.
Oh, that's one of my favorite TikToks we've ever put on here. 1,000,000% tariffs on the sun.
They go off. That is funny.
Sabrina Carpenter Krav Maga. Oh my god. Yeah, this was beautiful. What a perfect way to maybe say goodbye to TikTok. Probably say goodbye to TikTok. Anyways, tell us what's good real quick, guys.
Yeah, so Dad's birthday's this weekend, doing that, hanging out with the kiddos. I think Peyton's new practice facility is going to be put back together by Sunday, so we'll get to check that out. Pretty excited about that. Hoping for a snow day, hoping the superintendent makes the call and I get to sleep in tomorrow. But we'll see. It's supposed to be bone chilling cold, so we'll see.
Jake?
Still on my reading journey, haven't lost it. Pushing up the Animal Crossing update, but thinking I'll dive in if I have a snow day tomorrow. But other than that,
Nothing. Everything's fucked. I gotta go to work at this goddamn bullshit regardless. It was calling a snow day at the fucking factory, so off to work I go. But maybe I'll get to play a little Badlands before I fucking pass out face first with my work clothes on the bed at night. So, other than that, shit's good. But no, it's there's no weekend this weekend because we took all the weekend off last week, so I'm working all weekend. So I got nothing really. Nothing at all. We'll be all right though. We'll survive. Uh Other than that, check us out. Instagram, Threads. We're also on Upscrolled. Trying to build a little bit of a community over there, maybe. See how that goes. Uh for now we're on TikTok. But the most important thing that helps us the most is when you like and subscribe on YouTube and hit that bell for notifications. Also, you can check us out on Substack, help get the first dibs at all the episodes. Everything is and always will be free. That's our code. But we do have the paid subscription that could help us expand and become bigger and do this more often. And that would be great because that's the ultimate goal. So if you can, if you're capable, help us out. Otherwise, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Thanks for becoming part of the Derealization Nation. Until next time, I'm John.
I'm Jake.
And I'm Brad.
And that's what's left.
Start calling your Congress people and fucking bullying them.
202-224-6524.